This is even crazier than Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni. Because one, they were married, and two, it's been going on for so much longer. Hello, my fam. It is Perez, the queen of all media, the original influencer, and the person 20 years ago. Oh my God. I am the one who coined the phrase, gave them the nickname Brangelina. You're welcome. That's why I was really so sad when they broke up. I literally cried. And while the two of them have figured out all of their custody arrangements, they're still fighting over that French vineyard that they used to co-own. Remember that mess, Chateau Miraval? They broke up 9 years ago. Usually, this chateau business would be considered a loose end that you would tie up for the divorce, but the divorce was not finalized until recently. At the end of last year, the beginning of this year, they finally wrapped up that, but they're still dealing with Chateau Miraval. Brad and Ange co-owned the French vineyard and estate, and they had an agreement. If one of them wanted to sell their stake in the vineyard and estate, they had to get approval from the other party. Well, Brad alleges that Angelina did not get his approval when in 2021, she sold her interest to Tenute del Mondo, the Stoli Group's division having to do with wine. And he's been pissed ever since. In his latest legal filing, the 61-year-old F1 star wants to depose Alexei Oliknik. Whatever. This guy from the Stoli Group. The movie star, the superstar, claims that this dude has insider knowledge of Angelina's 2021 sale. Brad wants also all of the private messages from Angelina related to the sale. That seems sensible to me. However, it's not been an easy process, him getting the private messages or even getting this guy deposed. The Stoli Group dude says that he is a citizen of Switzerland and cannot be forced to adhere to legal matters in the Superior Court of California. Let me see what ChatGPT has to say about that. All right. The guy was right. If you are a citizen and resident of a foreign country and someone in the United States wants to depose you in a U.S. legal proceeding, the short answer is no. You are generally not obligated to comply with a U.S. subpoena or deposition request unless certain legal conditions are met. Those are, you have to have significant contacts or business in the U.S., the guy lives in Switzerland and the Chateau Vineyard is in France, so I don't know if that applies. You're voluntarily involved in the litigation. This guy is not. You are physically present in the U.S. and served while here. Oh. Well, the guy should just stay away for a while. However, Brad does have some options. He can ask the U.S. court to issue a formal letter or request to Switzerland. That country then may or may not enforce the request depending on local laws and sovereignty considerations. If you refuse, U.S. courts generally cannot punish or compel you if you're outside their jurisdiction. And specifically with regards to Switzerland, same. The guy is protected. Switzerland considers U.S.-style discovery, including depositions, to be a violation of its judicial sovereignty and criminal law. Brad, once again, can make a request, but it seems unlikely that that will achieve anything. Brad's team, though, argues in a statement, quote, "These requests go directly to key allegations about Pitt's objections to the sale, and that his filings easily meet the standard for discoverability given Pitt's allegations that Jolie acted with malice in selling to Stoli, a counterparty she knew Pitt opposed. So basically, Brad has gone to court for nothing. His latest legal filings are not going to achieve much. But perhaps in some miraculous way, they'll find peace. They should just wrap this up already. Jesus! And a reminder, Angelina Jolie and her lawyers have alleged that Brad Pitt was physically abusive towards her on numerous occasions prior to the airplane incident. And speaking of Angelina, I like to be fair and balanced. Her legal team has said in court documents that Brad refused to buy her out of the winery business because she didn't want to sign a non-disclosure agreement. Remember? Her legal team argued that that was just a way to silence her and prevent her from speaking up about her lived experience and the truth of what he did to her and their children. Literally. She said the NDA was designed to force her silence about his abuse and cover-up. Also, in the spirit of fairness, Brad was never charged with anything, and Angelina did not decide to press charges against him. However, in 2024, last year, a judge in this never-ending legal battle ruled that Angelina must produce 8 years worth of non-disclosure agreements in an attempt to illustrate that she herself used the kind of NDAs that she objected to signing in 2021. And as I mentioned, they finished their divorce drama and settled that at the end of last year, the beginning of this year. But at the time, a Jolie source said, sadly, until he drops his lawsuit about the winery, this family will not have the peace and healing they so very much desire and deserve. However, a Pitt source countered that Jolie's actions in their ongoing legal battle have caused tremendous collateral damage to those in and around the family. Oh boy, a lot to take in. And remember, not that long ago, less than a year ago, his daughter Shiloh legally distanced herself from him. His biological child dropped the Pitt from her name. She really wants nothing to do with him. And all this drama has not affected Brad at the box office. His latest release, the F1 movie, has been a huge global success. Okay. Thoughts on the latest legal move? Thoughts on what should happen next? Thoughts on anything Brangelina? Let's discuss everything in the comments section. And thank you for watching. I appreciate you. Mwah.